Here's the punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are get through the end zone for a touchback here. Jackson, first play, going to throw. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. Finding room at midfield. Look at the big man rumble. Mark Andrews. Maybe a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the first running back drafted in April, this is Breece Hall. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw is Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
That 1 for 1. A lot more to go. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Ball again on 2nd down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. To throw, it's Rodgers. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It's a 7-yard run. But
Runs like that, they'll continue to do exactly that.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson. This is caught. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now they empty the backfield and motion the running back right. Jackson's going to try the sneak. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
pistol. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Ravens lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, get the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this... And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Rodgers now on first down. He finds Wilson, and they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Jets are back within a score. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They go play action now. Jackson. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that's because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. On 3rd down, Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Flowers. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw going to be caught. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 74 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Now Rodgers. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again. Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson, and his throw here's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Jackson. This is intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
This one finds Wilson downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 31, Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Here's Rodgers. That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well. Here's Jackson to throw. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And this a very, very short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
To throw again on 2nd down, Rodgers. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 60 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt. Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. David Ojabo. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down. And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Rodgers going to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line. Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain. They go play action with Jackson. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. They'll wind up getting just a yard. 3rd and 7 now. That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Play action. Now Jackson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Throwing is Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. To throw is Jackson. And this is caught at the 8. Touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now this a very short kick. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
Man, you're getting deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level in what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 9 now from the 21. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Dobbins once more. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, you've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Tucker's kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I figure I'm going to give that to you anyway. The football counts.
You're so litigious. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Steps away to his left. He completes it to Wilson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Roquan Smith, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing now is Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he's not going to get the 1st down. He had to get to the 30, but he's a yard or 2 short. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Fourth down, here's Jackson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And he's got this one down to the 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. Or would you say a 7-yard?
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there, with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Ravens are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth-quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into Week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. On play action, now Rodgers. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.